The end is a barren, depressing, bleak place, as it should be, as it always will be. This is a data pack designed to overhaul the End's generation in a way that maintains its identity, a realm of utter desolation. Nullscape will make you feel tiny and alone in the vast expanse of the End. Good morning to the best Robloxers on the internet. It's me again, your boy. That's right, I'm actually back. It's been a long hiatus since yesterday, but yes, I'm back. So Minecraft Live is closer than close at this point. Right now, the community is fixated on Minecraft Live for one big reason. Minecraft Live will be the reveal of the next major Minecraft update, 1.19. Could 1.19 be an end update? If you ask some people, they definitely would say, yes, it could be. There is so much potential in the End after all. Today, we're going to take a look at an End revamp that would be absolutely amazing. The potential. Yeah, and a lot of it too. Perfect words for it. Today, we'll be taking a look at an End update concept. In this concept, there are definitely a lot of biomes. Today, we're going to take a look at as many as possible, but we won't be able to hit them all. If you like the looks of this pack and you'd like to see me do a part 2 showcasing even more biomes, then leave a like. Subscribe too. Today it all starts the same, like every other day. We create a brand new world, I adjust some of the game rules like I normally do. It all starts exactly the same until it doesn't. Today we need a data pack. This thing right there. The amazingly breathtaking potentials of the End that we'll be experiencing today in this video is all thanks to this data pack right here. Thank you. Drop the data pack into the world, load it up, and here we go. A brand new world. So far, it all looks exactly the same. 1.19 End update or not, I'm definitely sure that the End dimension should stay inside of the End, so far we're off to a really good start. So I have to warn you, before we take a look at what we're going to take a look at today, it's amazing, very impressive, unforgettable. If 1.19 becomes an End update, after looking at this, it might end up being a little bit of a disappointment. Yeah, I seriously feel like I always say it, but Starmute, this data pack is impressive. This is by far, easily, one of the best, most impressive, well thought out, amazingly done, quality content of a data pack. Starmute, a big shout out for sure, definitely. This stuff is really impressive. So anyways, it all starts off the same. Once we're inside of a world, we have to speedrun the game. We need to start doing survival, getting wood, cobblestone, you know, that type of stuff. We're going to need to get to the End to experience the End. And, a bonus chest. Oh, no way. No way. I would never lie to you. Oh, wow, this is crazy. This is the second time in my entire experience of playing this game that I've actually found the End chest. This actually can happen in Minecraft, where an End chest is right at the world spawn. It's crazy. End portal frame blocks is the only way to get this stuff in survival without creative mode. It's pretty insane. I have Ender too. Wow, this is perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. We need to find the stronghold and go into the End, or get really lucky and find that chest. So, now we're inside of the End. So far, so good. So we play the game, work our way to the stronghold, and then go inside of the End. The first thing that we're going to have to do inside of the End is take on the Ender Dragon. So I actually geared myself up pretty well this time. I think this should go well. All we need to do is really take out the dragon. Now, once you actually make it into the End and get to the dragon fight, it's the same exact fight. The data pack doesn't change the dragon fight at all. You're going to have to shoot at the dragon and take it out. So far, I would say things are going pretty well. We get rid of the dragon. Now, if 1.19 were to actually become an End update, I really think the update should address the dragon fight. It's been the same thing forever. Like, at least make respawning the dragon get a little bit more difficult or something. The dragon fight needs a revamp for sure, but dragon gone. Now we can move on to the next step. Now, if you try and move on to the next step without taking on the dragon, it's not going to work, which is really good. In vanilla Minecraft, if you didn't know, it is actually possible to just skip the dragon fight, branch out all the way into the void, and find the outer end. With this data pack, that is impossible. If you try and make a flying machine, a line of blocks, anything really, and go out into the void, you will just have the void. It doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so I actually have to be honest, that first chest that I found in the overworld, the end frame chest, I actually spawned that in, and I spawned the bow in too, so yeah, I did kind of cheat a little bit. But anyways, we took the dragon out, we get this end gateway right here. The end gateway will generate around the main island, just like normal. After that, we can go ahead and go into the end gateway, just like usual, and then everything is unusual. Look at this, right off the bat, this platform right here, no more having to worry about falling off of the gateway into the void. That change alone is worth this whole update. But there are so many other changes here that are amazing. Now, right off the bat, looking around here, we're going to see islands on different layers. Yes, please. I mean, this whole place is a literal void, and the islands are all on basically the same Y level. Like, what? Like, that's so lazy. Like, come on. Now, all over the place, all over this dimension, we are now going to find brand new biomes. I believe there are 15 total unique biomes. Today we're going to try and check out as many of them as possible. But back to the island change. To make this island change possible, the end's height has been expanded to 384 blocks. Now the end's height does actually go down into the negative range. I'm thinking this 384 blocks is achieved just like how it's achieved in 1.18 in the overworld, with a negative Y range and then the positive Y range, of course. And then of course islands, big and small, spread out all across that range. This is such a nice change. Now this data pack is so well done that we can actually move into a brand new biome like this spot right here, check the F3 screen, and see the name of the biome. Tar bog. The tar bog is a really cool concept of a biome. Potentially really dangerous too if you're not being careful where you're going. So the biome is made out of mostly blackstone, and then check this out. It's recolored water. It's actually recolored water, which is so cool. Now, if we wait in the water, move around for a little while, we're going to get slowness because the water is tar, actually, and blindness. And now we waited too long, and we're going to get the wither, too. Insanely dangerous for sure. So be careful. Watch out for the water. Also, inside of this biome, we'll be able to find coal blocks underneath the tar, so like inside of the water, and glass panes jutting out of the tar, or the water. It's a super interesting, unique concept for a biome, and honestly, the whole blindness thing, slowness thing, wither inside of the water thing, it's so cool. That's a really interesting thing. I wish that was done in more biomes than like the overworld or something. Like imagine jumping into a lake instead of a swamp, staying in the water for too long and then getting the poison effect because, I mean, let's be honest, who knows what's actually inside of that water? Like that's probably disgusting. It's a super cool concept and I would love to see this actually used over in the vanilla game. So now as we move across the end, we're going to be able to find spaces that look a little bit more similar to the current end. You know, the normal stuff, tons of endstone, chorus plants. This is actually a new custom biome called the Chorus Heights, and then sometimes you find this, different, new, slightly. So according to the biome thing, this is still the same exact biome, the Chorus Heights biome. This is insane. This is some crazy looking generation. It looks like you take a 1.18 mountain, slap it inside of the end, put some stalagmites, stalactites, I don't know, either one. Put it underneath the 1.18 mountain, put the mountain inside of the end and make it all out of endstone, put chorus plants all over it, and boom, there you go. Now this place is insane looking. I have no clue at all how you would actually travel this thing in vanilla Minecraft, like without an elytra. Maybe basically impossible, but impressive to look at for sure. Like really interesting. Impossible to travel basically in survival, but honestly, I think this is a really good concept. I mean, we're inside of the end dimension. It's literally in the name, end game. Should everything be easy to walk across? Maybe not. Maybe this nearly impossible terrain to travel could have a point. You actually explore the end, find an elytra, come back to this place, and then you can actually travel across it. I don't exactly know how it could work, but it could also potentially be very interesting to see like buried treasure inside of a place like this. So you have to find the elytra so you can actually navigate the thing easily, and then you find the buried treasure. Maybe it's just exposed in one of the holes. Maybe you have to dig or something. Maybe there's a map. I have no clue, but a really cool looking place. So in this general area, it looks like we have tons and tons of the Chorus Heights biome, tons of chorus plants, big heights for sure. That's where it gets its name. And then look at this, an end city. So if you were wondering about end cities in this data pack, they definitely still generate. However, they generate. Like, meaning they generate, but they also try and generate on some of the new terrain, which can get a little bit messy sometimes, like right here. It's a little bit different. You're going to have to dig to get inside of this thing, like it's a desert temple or something. But they can still actually generate. And end ships, too, same exact thing. It's all part of the end city. They generate like normal, and shulkers are inside of it. You know, a normal end city. They haven't been changed. I've always thought there should be something inside of the end. I really never knew what it should be, but something inside of the end that makes the elytra a little bit more useful inside of this dimension. A new biome inside of the end made out of impossible to climb mountains like the Chorus Heights. That would be perfect for the elytra. Give it more use inside of this space. Okay, I'm coming back in while I'm editing because I realized I don't think I made that point very well. The elytra is really useful in the end. Like, obviously, that's how you travel around the end more efficiently, but like a specific use, like an area in the end where you absolutely need the elytra. You find the elytra inside of the end, and with a biome like the Chorus Heights biome, you would definitely need the elytra to actually efficiently travel across this thing, especially if it got really big and expansive. The end is a dimension about travel. I mean, it's a literal void. To actually find things, you need to travel. You need to move across this thing. One thing that I love that this pack does with this dimension is spreads the biomes out. At least that's kind of how it seems. To find new biomes, you have to travel, at least a little bit. The next biome that I found is going to be right over here. This is a giant floating dragon egg. I mean, like, no, seriously. This looks like a giant floating version of the dragon egg that you get when you take out the dragon, except this time has a little bit of endstone inside of it, blackstone too. Oh, yeah. And there's phantoms that spawn inside of this place, so that's going to be insanely dangerous. Alright, so phantoms inside of the end. It does make sense. It makes it insanely dangerous, though. but I guess it kind of makes sense. So you're going to be able to find phantoms spawning inside of this biome. Watch out for those things for sure. And the particle effect. The particle effect is beautiful here. I think it's the crying obsidian particle effect all over the sky, though, constantly. So it's like raining inside of the dragon egg biome, which is called the crystal crags, by the way. Amazing. The atmosphere here, the vibes, they're honestly like maxed out. When the crystal crags biome is small, it ends up looking something like this, kind of like a floating dragon egg. You know, we already said it. When it gets a little bit bigger, it starts to look a little bit more impressive, just slightly. So when the crystal crags biome gets bigger, we start to see these gigantic amethyst spikes going up and going down throughout this biome, and then you start to really figure out why this is called the crystal crags. I mean, amethyst is literally crystal, and now they generate massively inside of the end. Now, it's gonna take away their exclusivity a little bit here, but the nice thing about this data pack is you don't need a texture pack at all. All of this stuff that we're experiencing and checking out today is done with vanilla Minecraft plus the data pack. Drop the pack in your world and you're good to go. Now the crystal crags biome, when it gets bigger, is really cool looking. The blackstone islands that are just floating all over the place, contrasted with the obsidian and the amethyst crystals, all of these blocks blend so nicely together and they look really cool. Dealing with things like phantoms in an area like this is going to make it a whole lot more doable too. Like, you can move around inside of this space, take out the phantom, but you're going to have to keep moving because the phantoms will continuously spawn. So anyways, moving on, we have another brand new thing over here. Now, to be honest, I'm not too sure what to make of this. I haven't seen this quite yet. I think it's a brand new biome starting to generate in here called the Voltaic Wastes. It's like a glowstone looking tree thing. I think it's more of just a strange generation thing. By far, my favorite part about the Crystal Crags biome, though, was definitely the particle effect. So, moving on, we have a brand new particle effect. It's pretty similar, but it's different. We're inside of the Rift Space biome now. Rift Space, phantoms. You're definitely going to be able to find phantoms spawning inside of this biome, so you're going to have to still watch out for them. Phantoms inside of the end definitely enhances the difficulty a lot. Like, it's going to make it exponentially more difficult, but I think it does kind of make sense. I mean, again, end. It's the literal end game. You should probably have to actually gear up for this stuff, plan a little bit. Phantoms inside of this thing definitely make you have to plan and gear up a little bit more. The Rift Space is a dark biome. It's this big, flat, open island right here. On the island, we have snaking obsidian all over the place, and then blackstone. Tons of blackstone. Now, just like with the idea of amethyst being part of the end generation, blackstone being part of the end generation definitely makes it a little less exclusive and makes it way more common. But honestly, the fact that this is all done without any texture packs at all makes it all worth it. Just like with the Crystal Crags, favorite part about this biome, particle effects. Common theme here, particle effects are so cool. Imagine an overworld biome, maybe the flower forest, has like spore blossom particle effects all over the air because of all the flowers. Like, that would be so cool, and it wouldn't affect performance either, because it's like a particle effect thing. If it causes too much lag, you could turn it off. Oh yeah, one more thing about this biome, endermites. Endermites will spawn inside of this biome too. If the end ever gets updated, endermites definitely deserve more of a purpose. Like, it is really cool that they spawn randomly when you throw an ender pearl sometimes, but honestly, it's like so uncommon that for the longest time, I didn't even know these things were in the game. They deserve more of a point. And because endermen don't get along with endermites, it's going to make it really interesting in this biome. You're going to have endermites all over the place, and then just endermen like running around frantically, like trying to take out the endermites, and then sometimes actually getting taken out by this puny thing. Pathetic. So there is another cool thing about the Rift Space biome, but it doesn't look like I have it over here, so we'll try and find it in a different biome. But basically, it's an exit. The way out of the end. And this whole time, by the way, you have to keep in mind that islands are generating on top of each other. So we have islands down there, then we have an island in the middle, and then look at this. Even more islands up top. It's crazy. This pack changes the end a lot. If you can remember, when we entered the end for the first time, the gateway was completely different. Other end gateways that would normally generate across the end, they don't seem to actually generate. If you want to actually leave the end, you have two options. Go back to the gateway where you started from, or find the Rift Space biome. So I found a different Rift Space biome. This is what we're looking for. The Rift Space biome basically has these holes or rifts inside the biome. If you find one of the things, jump inside of it, and you'll be sent right back to the main end island, then you can leave the end like normal. It might make getting out of the end a little bit more tricky if you can't find that biome, but it's a cool concept. So anyways, I found more of that glowstone biome. It's actually called the Voltaic Wastes. This is the place right here. Gigantic glowstone trees, or whatever those things are. Really creepy looking, honestly. And then endstone. Endstone is a common theme throughout all of these biomes. I think in pretty much every single biome, almost, you'll be able to find endstone somewhere. Whether it's under the ground, in small patches, endstone. It makes sense. I mean, it is the end after all. You should be able to find this stuff. This place is honestly, because of the silence, one of the creepiest places that I've found out of all of the biomes. Like the dead silence inside of this biome, compared with these eerie looking structures all over the place. Really creepy. If you needed one reason for end islands at different heights, please, allow me to present you the asteroid field biome. It's a literal asteroid field. Asteroids made out of endstone all over the place. It looks so good. Like giant chunks of endstone just floating. Random shapes too. Really good looking. Really cool. So busy. It's just amazing. It also helps that we have this Chorus Heights in the background that looks really, really cool too. The asteroid field is basically the smaller chunks of endstone all over the place in the middle. So there are a lot of really, really cool biomes with this pack, but finally, the last one we're going to take a look at today is going to be this spot right here. So right off the bat, obsidian pillars. You can't miss these things. They definitely stand out. Central End Island vibe for sure. These are literally basically the same exact pillars. They're a little shorter here, but basically the same pillars. On the ground, you're going to find basalt in this biome. It's basically snaking around. Smooth basalt and normal basalt. A great combination. The blocks look so good. But inside of this biome, you'll also find fossils. This is a boneyard. The Draconic Boneyard. So we have a smaller island right here, but right above it, huge island, and over here, another island too. Aside from all of the really cool biomes, honestly, one of the craziest parts about all of this today is the fact that the end isn't just one-dimensional. Like, it's actually finally 3D. So up here, we have a bigger island. This looks way closer to the central end island. Pillars all over the place. And wait, am I just seeing things, or is this kind of almost like a dragon? Like, we have the body right there, and then maybe like a tail, or two tails, and like a wing. Okay, maybe it's not a dragon, but it's basalt, and a fossil. The biome continues over here with even more basalt, and honestly, the more basalt, the more better it looks. Look at how good it looks with all that basalt. Common theme today, we're in the end, endstone. Endstone again in this biome, contrasting like perfectly with the basalt. I guess what I've learned is endstone goes with everything. Honestly, I should build with it more. And look, even a return to the tar biome. And so full circle, I think that's where we're going to leave it today. With a dimension as empty and barren as the end, there's so much potential. There's so much that the devs could do with an end update concept. Honestly, like even just taking the end islands and putting them on different Y levels, complete game changer. Now right here at the end of the video, I wanted to show you one of the coolest areas that I found. So we have the tar biome right there, then we have the Chorus Heights biome right here. Right past the Chorus Heights biome, the Draconic Plains, again with the basalt looking like a dragon or something on the ground, and then this space, and cave noise, perfectly fitting. This space. What do you think about a 1.19 end update? Do you like these biome concepts, or should the end not even have biomes? It should have something different. Throw your thoughts down below. If you'd like to see a part 2 to this video, checking out more seeds, more end generation, and of course more end biomes, then leave a like. Data pack is linked down below. Check it out, check it out. Big shout out patron gang, Bill Geek, A Johnson 6494. It's been me, your boy. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.